Yes, this is of Unit 3 Data Storage for BI. In this, we will study about the data mining concepts. Data mining is the process of extracting patterns, insights, and knowledge from the large data set, which I have mentioned here PPT, which is nothing but the process of discovering patterns, correlations, trends, and useful information. Useful information from large data sets using techniques. What are the techniques we have used here? The technologies are statistics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and database systems. It transforms the raw data into meaningful insights for the decision making process. Suppose if we have a large number of the data sets in sales department in recording of the business strategy, we are using those statistics and machine learning techniques. That is, we are applying that those techniques on that raw data sets, and we are finally producing the useful information which we can use for the decision making process. The output or the inference which we gain, that it has we can refer that it as a outcome or the inference from making such of a large data set, and finally we will be used on to the decision making process. These are the key concepts in data mining. Data pre-processing. When it comes to data pre-processing, there are 4 techniques here. That is a cleaning, integration, transformation, and reduction. While using we are collecting the data from the different sources, and when we are applying, before applying the machine learning models onto that particular data set, we have to process those data. So before the steps, before the model that we are applying onto the particular data, the data should be in the correct format. If it is not correct format, we have to process the data. So that step is nothing but the data pre-processing. So in that we have 3, which is nothing but first phase is the cleaning phase. In cleaning phase, suppose if we have a data with missing values, we have to fill those data in order to process onto the next state. And also removing noise, and when we are doing projects by using image classification, those models, the image should be in the clear pixel format. If it is not, we have to pre-process the data at this stage, which is nothing but this data pre-processing. And also integration is nothing but the combining data from different sources. Transformation, in transformation you will do the 2 phase of the method. One is a normalization and the other one is a discretization. And finally reduction, that is as I said before, the data has to be, that is the image of the data has to be pre-processed when using for the model application, that is on to the further state. So we are using here reducing data dimensions while preserving the integrity. The pixels of the images or the dimensions that need to be corrected as per to match the other set of images in the particular data set. We are using all the methods in this data mining process. Next comes under the data mining task. In this we have the 5 phases in this data mining task. One is a classification, regression, clustering, associate rule mining, anomaly detection, and sequential pattern mining. Classification, when come to classification, classification is a method in the machine learning process. Suppose if we are having a large number of the data sets which we are having both good and bad apples are present in that particular data set, we have to classify. That is, while testing the model, we are giving one input image, which that input image may be either a good apple or maybe the rotten apple, the model has to identify the test given input image is good or bad. So those type of the method handling comes under this classification technique. That is, we are using the labeled data. We know here both the input and output. What input here we are giving? Good and bad apple images that we are given onto the model, and we are training that model, and at the testing phase we are giving a random single image, and that image the model will test the particular given test image and will rectify whether that image comes under good or bad. That method was classifying the images. So these type of method classification, these type of the output prediction comes under the classification model. When it comes to regression, predicting the continuous values. Suppose we have a value of the number series like 2, 4, 6, 8. The difference between 2 and 4 is 2, 4 and 6 is again 2, and 6 and 8 is also 2. So like this, the difference between the consecutive numbers, that is the previous numbers and the current number, and the current number and the further number, we are that differentiation we are calculating, which is nothing but it terms as the regression. And next method was clustering. Clustering is nothing but like if you have we can sort out in the example of number series. Suppose if we have a values like 1 to 100. So the numbers starts from 1 to 30, we are ranked that it as a 1, and above 30 to 40 we ranked that it as a 2, and 50 to 75 we ranked as 3, and 75 to 100 we ranked as 4. So we have now 4 clusters, that is a 4 ranks segregated the numbers from 1 to 100. We have 4 clusters here. So based on one specific criteria, we are splitting the number series from 1 to 100. So obviously we have here 4 clusters. So like this type of separating the datas or classifying the datas comes under the clustering. That is, we are grouping the data onto the separate cluster. So therefore we are telling those classifications or comes under the clustering concept. And likewise association rule mining is finding relationship between variables. In an example I have given here, like market basket analysis, and also identifying unusual data points and discovering time-based patterns. Discovering time-based patterns comes under the sequential pattern mining, and identifying unusual data points, that is an anomaly detection, which is nothing but the outliers. These are the techniques of the data mining here. The first technique that we are used in proceeding data mining are decision trees. Decision tree is a supervised learning algorithm used for both classification and regression task. Supervised learning algorithm is nothing but we are processing the machine learning things by using the labeled data. That is, we know the input and also the output. By knowing input and output the format things, we are training the particular model, and finally we are testing that, and it was predicting the actual output that we known already. So if we know both input and output data, and we are training the model and finally testing, and we are gaining the output which we already know. So these type of concepts are comes into the supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is like we are having only the set of input values, that is a random numbers like 2, 3, 4. The difference between the consecutive numbers is not the same. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, like that. Those numbers if we have, and we can't able to predict the output there. So those things comes under the unsupervised learning. By using only the input, we are training the model, and we are waiting for the testing and the output phase. The model itself automatically predicts the values by using the input, and finally it gives the output here. So those types of concepts or comes under the unsupervised learning. So decision tree is a supervised learning algorithm used for both classification and regression task. Simply we can tell like, suppose in a normal in a day-to-day life, normal example, if you want to tell to achieve this decision tree is like, suppose in a home we are empty of the snacks items of nut and seeds. We have to go to shop and we have to buy. So start from the first data to buy nuts and seeds, and we are giving a two arrows there. If it is no, we have to buy. If it is yes, we no need to buy. And again one scenario I am adding on to that particular thing. If we have a nut and seeds, we don't want to buy. If it is not, we have to buy. So we have to go out and buy. In that one scenario I am just adding, if it is rain, we can yes, we can go and buy onto the shop. If it was no, we have to search for the some other day to go to shop. So like this act as a flow chart. So those things or comes under this decision tree algorithm. If you are describing the particular data from one data, we are describing the further datas and also including those scenarios, and finally we are ending up with conclusion. So like this flow, we are maintaining those concepts. We tell that it as a decision tree. And next one is a neural networks, and we have again also have support vector machines, k-means clustering, and random forest, and deep learning. The evaluation metrics that we have here is our trained model. We should know whether it completes or satisfies the requirements in the correct set of base modes. So to calculate or to measure our performance, these upcoming evaluation metrics are used here. That is accuracy, precision and recall, F1 score. So by using all these factors, we can able to measure our performance, the model trained. So far we have seen the techniques and how to use in this data mining, and now we can see like where on in which department we can able to they are applying on. In healthcare they have been using like to predict the disease outbreaks, diagnose diseases based on symptoms and patient's history. That is a past we have a variety of the past related records, and by using this we are gaining some inference, and thus inference by this result we are coming to know about the patient's health. That is used for the decision making process by the doctors. And analyze treatment outcomes. And next is like retail and e-commerce. And also in banking and finance it has been used. for fraud detection, credit risk assessment, customer retention strategies. And also in telecommunication departments, network optimization called data analysis. And also in manufacturing department, quality control, supply chain optimization, and predictive maintenance. In education sector, to measure the student performance and personalized training and identifying the risk of the all factors. In this education, the data mining is used widely. And in government sectors, crime pattern analysis, resource allocation, public health monitoring. So I have mentioned a few things on it. And for the department, we have social media and web analytics. And in that also it is widely gives the benefits to user behavior tracking, sentiment analysis, and trend spotting. And the overview of the benefits of data mining: better decision making, improved customer satisfaction, optimized operation, competitive advantage, early detection of risk. The challenges that we are facing here is that data privacy and security concerns, handling of a big data complexity, data quality and consistency, algorithm scalability, interpretability of result. The same applications have been elaborately viewed here. In the healthcare department, I have mentioned like use cases: disease diagnosis, medical imaging, drug discovery, patient care optimization, also with the given below example. When it comes to disease diagnosis, by using the previous patient's data and symptoms to predict illness like diabetes, whether it comes in which category, whether diabetes, cancer, or heart diseases. These can be able to analyzed by using the previous patient's history of those data. And in medical imaging, analyzing scans to detect anomalies or tumors. And in drug discovery, identifying patterns in clinical trials to develop new medicines. Patient care optimization, predicting hospital stays, readmission rates, or treatment outcomes. That is, a hospital use this type of data mining to predict patient risk and design personalized treatment plans. That is, these are the some efficient points or the benefits by using the data mining in healthcare department. When it comes to banking and finance sector, the fraud detection, that is identifying suspicious transaction, and also assessing loan eligibility by using in credit scoring, detecting early signals of customer dissatisfaction. And also we have another benefit in performing forecasting financial risk and market trends. That is, credit card companies flag fraudulent transaction by analyzing patterns in spending behavior. We have these all type of benefits by using a data mining. And also it performs a wide variety of benefits in transportation and logistics too. That is, finding the fastest or the most fuel efficient routes, managing congestion during peak hours, monitoring vehicle health and driver behavior. There is an example I have given here. Ride sharing services use data mining to predict demand and optimize driver allocations. Same here also, data mining plays a vital role in energy and utilities, predicting energy consumption, identifying issues in electrical grids, managing solar and wind energy outputs. That is, a power companies forecast usage to balance supply and demand efficiently. So far we have seen the applications. Now we can go on to the what is the process while performing the inside the data mining thing. That is, we have some sort of a structured sequence of steps that transforms the raw data into the actionable insights. The stages involved are problem definition, that is, understand the business problem or the research question. We are defining the objectives clearly, predicting customer churn, identifying fraud, and next phase in data mining is data collection. This is the most efficient phase we have to do here. With the data only we are going to create the insights. So data collection is most important here. From different sources, how many sources we have available, people have to use all sources and they have to collect data in order to provide the efficient insights. So if we miss any of the data, obviously our insights also will be in the low quality. So to improve the quality of the inference produced or the results or the outcomes or the insights, the data that we are collecting from the sources is very important. So this is the most efficient phase here. There is a gather data from multiple sources such as databases, spreadsheets and sensors, and also in social media they have used and web blogs. So ensure data is relevant and covers the scope of the problem. The sources of data are internal databases, external databases, and they have used some interface things also, API, IoT devices and surveys. So lot more chances or the methods in order to collect data from different sources. People have to go through it and in order to provide the efficient result.